education courses that are accepted and offered by most US universities. So really the key with these courses is that they are general education courses that are relevant to the vast majority of universities in Canada and the US. Meaning that, you see we have Marquette English 1001, Foundations in Rhetoric. This is essentially English Composition 1, and most US universities will offer this course, right? That's the case for the courses that you see on this list. So no matter what your major is, there's going to be something for you. For example, if you plan on majoring in art, it's likely that you may also have to take a general education course in English or in math, an econ course potentially to be able to graduate, to earn enough credits in order to graduate. So you can take really any of these courses and for the most part be able to transfer those courses to your future universities and get the credits transferred, be able to graduate early in essence and save a lot of money on tuition and residence costs. Okay, so that's kind of the idea here. I just wanted to let you know that even if you see a course, you're like, I'm not really that much into economics, but maybe I am a little bit interested in financial accounting. Well, you could certainly try that out, and most likely you can get that course transferred in a way that helps you towards your graduation requirements, even if you aren't an accounting major per se. However, that said, you can also, choose courses that are more in line directly with your major interest too. So what are the admissions requirements? We do have some basic admissions requirements for this program in order to, ensure that students entering into the program are well prepared to take college level courses. And so you'll see those right here. We are expecting that students have typically a minimum of a 3.0 GPA or higher this is on the American Education System's GPA scale. So in the Indian system, that's equivalent to about 70% overall, okay? It is also possible if you have a little bit of a lower GPA and you really want to enter this program. It is also possible, however, in that case, we typically do an interview, okay? Just to kind of get to know you a little bit more and get to know more about, your reasons for entering the program and, your academic background. We do also have an English language proficiency exam. I don't think that will be a problem for any students here, but just to let you know, we do have a minimum score of a 6.0 on the IELTS or 100 on the Duolingo that we can accept in order for you to receive admission to the program. If you don't already have that score from one of those tests or from TOEFL, then we do also have an internal English language exam that you can take just in case you don't already have that, okay? So those are the admissions requirements. In order to apply, if you're interested in joining this program, you should definitely connect with your EdNet representative. You will need to fill out, it's very brief, but you'll fill out an application form in which you need to include some information like, your transcripts, what grade you're in, just your name and birth date, that type of thing. And it's pretty quick to fill out, okay? But you do need to include information about your GPA and English language proficiency, that sort of thing on that application, okay? All right, so now I'm going to talk about different options in terms of where you can go for university after you've completed any number of these courses. So number one option I'll mention is that you do have the option to enroll directly at Marquette University. Technically, you will already be a Marquette student by taking these courses, right? You will be receiving a Marquette University transcript, which I'll show you a photo of that in a moment, that is exactly the same as the undergraduate transcript that students on campus receive at Marquette, okay? So you will have a Marquette portal login, you'll have a Marquette email address, and you'll be able to access your transcripts online just as on-campus students do. Okay. One benefit of coming to Marquette, of course, you have freedom to choose from lots of different universities, but we do welcome any students who are interested in Marquette to come join us on campus after completing the program. There is a minimum scholarship of $24,000 per year for all admitted international students, and it's actually a bit of a range. So just depending on your GPA, of course, depending on your performance in your Explorer classes, your ACCP classes, you can, receive even more in terms of a scholarship. But just note that the very minimum that you're guaranteed to receive if you are admitted into your undergraduate program at Marquette is $24,000 per year, which takes a significant chunk out of the total semesterly tuition cost. Okay, so this is just a little bit more about partner universities for this program. So this program allows you to transfer your credits to lots of different universities, right? But there are some universities, including SCAD, which is here represented today, that have made it even easier for you to transfer your credits. So I'm going to talk about those in just a moment. So firstly, there are universities around the world in addition to, oh, sorry, I think I skipped a slide here. So the first thing I want to talk about is aside from Marquette, aside from partner universities, these credits are highly, highly transferable, right? So these universities that you see here, there's some pretty big name universities that I'm sure you are all very familiar with that accept these credits, that we know to accept them. We've had students matriculate to these universities after having completed various numbers of Explorer Marquette courses before. And we know that these universities will accept the credits. So these are just universities more or less in the US News and World Report top 40 or so. They're very name recognizable, but of course there are thousands of universities in the US, and we believe that for most of those universities, the credits will be transferable, since most universities do have the general education requirements. So just to let you know, these are universities that we know to accept the credits. We also expect that most universities that you don't even see on this list will accept the credits as well, in addition to our partner universities. Okay. So if you are thinking about possibly matriculating to Canada or maybe going to UK or Australia after having completed these courses, that is also a possibility. And all top Canadian universities will accept these credits in much the same way as the US universities I showed you on the previous slide. Canadian universities, as Niharika mentioned, also have the general education requirements, and so credits can be transferred quite easily, and pretty much in the same way as the US universities, okay? So they accept the Marquette transcripts too. For UK and Australia, it's a little bit of a different story. UK and Australia don't have general education requirements in the same way that Canada and the US do, but there is a little bit of a benefit for the universities that you see listed here. These are universities that have agreed to accept for students who are not already able to waive their foundation year. They can waive the foundation year if they have taken 3 Marquette courses, okay? So which they have identified as being equivalent to 3 A-level courses, okay? So that's the benefit if you're interested in any of these UK or Australian universities, but largely the main benefit of these courses is for, if you're interested in Canada or the US, just because of the transferability of the credits and potential cost savings. Okay, so actually, I'm sorry, I think this presentation was acting up a little bit because it skipped a few slides. I want to the other option you have, in addition to applying to, really any Canadian universities, any US universities, is that if you want to apply to an ACCP partner university, the benefit there is that these universities, which include SCAD, include, of course, Marquette, have pre-articulated exactly how the credits will transfer, so you know how your credits will transfer before you've even applied to the university. Before you've even applied. For other universities, like I said, they will accept the credits, but the way that they accept them, exactly how they transfer, you need to be admitted to the university first, and then they request your Marquette transcript, and then they let you know about how the credits transfer. Okay, so really the benefit of the partner universities is that you can know in advance exactly how your credits are going to transfer, okay? Also, the team that works on this program also provides support for students who are interested in applying to any of the partner universities that you see here on this list. So let's say you are interested in applying to SCAD. There will be team members, in addition to your EdNet team members, there to help you with the application process, make sure it goes quickly and smoothly. Another big benefit of applying to an ACCP partner university is, let's say you're not the most fabulous IELTS test taker in the world, but you do feel quite strongly about your English abilities and you can demonstrate strong English abilities in your college level classes. Well, some of the US partners universities that you see here, some of the ACCP partner universities that you've seen here, do offer an English test waiver. As you can see here, the number of courses required for the English test waiver does vary by university, but we can use an example. If you take at SCAD, for example, let's say that through this program, you take English Composition 1 and you are getting, at least a B grade in that course or better, then SCAD has agreed to waive the English test requirement for you if you can manage to take that college level English Composition 1 class and perform well enough in that course, okay? So that's just for SCAD, okay? So the criteria are a little bit different for each university. All universities have their own sort of agreements and their own admissions requirements, so it does depend on the university, but please know that that is an option. And hopefully for those of you who maybe the TOEFL test or the IELTS or Duolingo is not your favorite thing in the world, but you can still demonstrate strength in English and writing, then it's possible to get that waiver, just depending on your performance in your Explorer course. Okay, so big benefit there. But just to let you know, there are some really great universities on this list here, no matter where you want to go, the US, Canada, or UK, that do accept and pre-articulate credits from the program. Okay, so that about covers it. I can give it back to Niharika here. I'm also happy to take questions as well, but I hope that I was able to give you a little bit more of an idea. I know it can be kind of confusing with the credit system that US and Canadian universities use, but I hope that can give you a little bit more of an idea about what exactly is the benefit of having university credits already under your belt before you even apply to universities abroad. Yeah. All right, Niharika, I can give it back to you here.
Great. Thank you so much, Mac. That was so informative, but it gave a very clear understanding and indication. But I would like to add another point to it, which I find is very, very common in India. When the kids are studying in high school and they suddenly realize that they want to change their stream or want to go into another stream of learning. For instance, if they're studying commerce, like business courses in high school, and they want to integrate it with a computer program or a computer course, they can take these courses online instead of doing Coursera online courses. What I'm trying to say is that they can fill the gap. There's students here who do PCB, physics, chemistry, biology, because math is not offered in high school. It is offered, but most of the students who are going the medical track or medical related courses do not take math in the high school. And what happens is that if they're applying to a country like Canada, it's not acceptable. So this is where they can study calculus or math and can fill the gaps. So there are a lot of students here who have taken, for instance, 2 HL courses in art and 1 English, and suddenly down the line they realize that this is not really what they want to do or take up at the college level, but they have not taken any other course but art courses in high school. So this is the time when they can take these extra courses which will fill the gap. If they want to go into an area of, say, studying psychology or sociology or maybe something in history or liberal arts, whatever, they can take these courses, first year level courses of market, and fill those gaps. Otherwise, you can't just apply to the university with art courses, right? That is something I feel is of a huge advantage for the students. And I also think that, instead of going and spending money on, various courses, which is really, it looks fine in your application, but is really not relevant, is such as these online courses where you'll end up paying a lot of money and just to get a certificate, it is better to study the college credits, because even if you were applying to UK, let's say they may not be having credits. Well, many students do not land up taking math in 11th and 12th because they've been advised maybe by the school counselor that they do not have an aptitude, or they don't think that they be able to survive a subject like math in high school, and suddenly they realize, or they want to study business, and for business math is a requirement. They can do college credits in calculus from Marquette University, add it to your transcript and even to your application form if you're applying to UK, Australia, Europe, or anywhere else. So that works like an additional subject in your transcript. So you don't have anything to lose out on. Am I right, Mac? That's the way they can also work on.
100%.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is a wonderful way to even up your GPA. Suppose your GPA is not that great, and you know, it's hovering around 2 point something. And I remember reading a testimonial which Justin had sent me, where this kid writes about how his GPA was low in grade 11, and it was moving around 2.5, and he did the market credit courses. He upped and jumped his GPA actually from a 2.5 to a 3.2 or 3.3, and made him a very strong candidate even to apply to schools in UCs. I mean, the UCs, or I don't remember which one. It was the UCs, or it was another one of the top 20 or 25 university in the US. So what I'm trying to say is that so many advantages of studying the market credit courses. It doesn't only help you to jump your grades, high school grades. It fills the gaps in areas which you have not studied in high school, and now you want to change streams and learn more about it. It also helps you to, you know, give you that extra edge in your college application, because if you look at the Common App application, there is a section which says, have you taken any college credits? So doing and understanding and learning the first year college curriculum is always an advantage. And most importantly is, of course, scholarship, as Mag just talked about it, that Marquette itself gives such huge scholarships. And our students this year, right now, we will be having our students joining in because they are IB students, and they've got their papers the next day, but they will be joining shortly, and who's going to talk about their own personal experiences when they studied the market credit courses at EdNet, and how well they did, and what were the great opportunities that they got. So we are going to work on that too. Am I right, Mag? Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think that you have done a really great job summarizing, and yeah, you're absolutely right to emphasize the point about filling the gap, and also just using this as an opportunity to, you know, not only save on the cost of US and Canadian universities. US in particular can get quite expensive, right? But also to really demonstrate to your admissions officers, you know, dedication to a particular subject or dedication to a particular area that maybe you haven't necessarily had the chance to pursue, you know, so intensively at school, at your high school. So I totally agree with that. And I think that's a really great point.
So great. Now, since we have to wait, I don't know, just brief, are the kids coming in? Like, for instance, Jaskun and Sudiksha, and this one, Muskan. Jaspreet?
Ma'am, I think Muskan is already there. Muskan, are you there? She did join.
Muskan.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
She's
So
here.
great. I would like.
we are here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. I'd like to introduce Muskan. Muskan, you want to put on your video? Why don't you switch on your video and introduce yourself? Where you're coming from, what you studied, what your journey was all about, and how you landed up studying psychology.
Yeah, okay. Well, my name is Muskan. So I actually did my undergrad in the UK at UCL. And now I'm planning to do my master's in University of Chicago. I think Miss Niharika was the one who told me to take the psychology course at from the Market Explorer program. She had basically told me to take it to just understand whether this was something that I was like I wanted to do or not. And because I've always sort of had a fascination towards like understanding why people think, feel, and behave and stuff. So yeah. I mean, should I explain more?
Yes, Muskan, I think you forgot a very important aspect as to why I told you to study psychology. It's because you wanted to study behavioral economics.
Yeah, I
You know,
was, yeah.
so
And so I wasn't entirely sure if behavioral economics is what I wanted to study. And I think you told me to take it so that I could understand if this was something that fascinated me.
exactly. So I think it did well. So what do you think was your whole experience? What was it about the teachers, the evaluation process? Maybe you can talk a little bit more about that.
So I actually really enjoyed the course. I think it, you know, had like it provided like a lot of insights into like questions that I had about, you know, understanding people. And it kind of also gave me the chance to sort of explore different sort of psychological theories and research methods. And I think most importantly was how to apply all of those into like the real world applications. And that's kind of what I really enjoyed. And I also really enjoyed the classes. I thought that they were very engaging. My teacher was super passionate about what she was teaching, and she really made it enjoyable. It was we had like a lot of thought-provoking discussions. It was very hands-on, and I actually really enjoyed a lot of the assignments and the quizzes that she would give me. But she also sort of encouraged asking questions and sharing insights and sort of engaging in debates and stuff. And I really liked the collaborative sort of environment that we had as well. Yeah.
That's great. I'm so glad that you had such an amazing experience, you know. And most importantly, you had this one-on-one strong interactive sessions with the faculty. It was really great. Thank you so much, Muskan, and I wish you all the best in the future. And do keep in touch with us. And we also have now Jaskun. Jaskun, are you there? I believe you just joined in right now.
Yes.
So Jaskun is going, yeah, he's a pre-med student. He did PCB physics, chemistry, and biology in class 11 and 12. His biggest roadblock was math. And I think he tried a couple of times. I'm not going to talk about his experience. And I'm going to ask Jaskun to talk about his own personal experience and his fight with mathematics, right from I don't know when.
Yes, ma'am. So hi everyone. Today I want to talk about my experiences with the Market Explorer program, which I learned about through Niharika ma'am. Aiming to study in Canada, I needed to fulfill a prerequisite in math. That's what initially drew me towards the program. I decided to study Calculus 1, and I'm so glad I did it. The teachers were fantastic, they explained everything clearly and went into incredible depth with the material. This was a great way to get familiar with the curriculum in the US universities, which is similar to also in the Canadian universities. Another thing I really liked was the assessment structure. There were multiple quizzes, assignments, and a final exam, which helped spread out the pressure compared to just one big test. But the best part, I honestly think, was the way the teachers made the subject come alive. They fostered a deep understanding, which helped me overcome my fear of math completely. Plus, I earned 4 valuable credits towards my degree. Thanks to the Explorer program, I felt confident applying to the Canadian universities. UBC has always been my dream school, and I'm thrilled to say I recently got accepted. If you're looking to gain a strong foundation in a subject, deepen your knowledge, and potentially earn some credits, I highly recommend the Market Explorer program. It can be a real game changer for your future studies. Thank you.
Wow, that was really good, just good. you really work towards talking about the program. Thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of students here who might be having a lot of having questions for Jaskun and other for Mac and Kushnam, I'd like to bring you on board right now and ask you about your opinion. We do have a few students this year who are going to SCAD. You know, we have, I think, 3 students who are going to SCAD, right? And these kids are absolutely amazing and very, very well prepared for it. In fact, I think they're here too. Did I see Vihan coming in? Is Vihan here? I think I saw Vihan coming in.
Vihan Malik?
Yeah, did I see him come in or Manya Khattar or any of them? No.
Ma'am Vihan did not join. Manya did, but I think she just left due to some network issue. She also joined.
Okay, so I wanted them to meet Krishnan because since they are going to SCAD, but they're going to the Savannah campus, you know. So what do you have to say about these college credits and, you know, how do you feel about students being able to do that right now, able to accelerate, maybe use their money for learning more at the university than
Yeah.
spending it on the level 1 programs?
It is very beneficial. In fact, I've had students who've come from the joint enrollment program, and I do see a lot of difference in their preparatory skills, like not just in terms of having your college classes being waived off, you become more mature in handling any kind of curriculum. Your resume ready, you are portfolio ready, you have all these entrepreneurial skills that are taught at a college level. So imagine being in high school, you are basically fast tracking your career and your success into a college academic profession. So I do see a lot of benefits to doing the joint enrolled program, and also to, I mean, what better way than saving your cost, your time, your money, energy for prepping for undergraduate degree, better than joint enrollment. And students who are keen on, or even if you know that you want to go into higher education outside of the country, outside of India, this would be a wonderful platform for you to explore. And if you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to your counselors, you can reach out to us, and we'd be happy to help with the whole process.
Thank you so much, Kushan. I want to ask you a question. Like, for instance, this summer, I've been encouraging the students to take up Western art history. Do you think that's going to make a lot of difference and really impact their applications and their admission if they have a background or an understanding of this curriculum or this course?
Absolutely. In fact, we at SCAD ourselves have the joint enrollment, the IBCP pathway. So what I can tell you is, even if you take classes that are history related, art related, basic digital communication, or just learning about, like you were talking about mathematics, you spoke about world politics, these are courses that are offered and required for most undergraduate degree programs. So having had that done even before you start classes for your bachelor's is a wonderful benefit.
I remember having a conversation with School of Visual Arts, and they were like, we would be so happy if the students are done with their general courses and liberal art courses and then come to the university, because they hate studying these subjects when they come there. You know, they want to go bang into their course of study like art and design and not just do these general courses. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much, Krishnan. Now we're going to just open up for open Q&As, and please do. So someone's asked me this question. Paridi Gupta has asked this question for the recording, which we will send it to you. And someone asked about the cost of the dual enrollment program, any scholarship which is given to international students. We can discuss that too. Yes, scholarships are always there. Anyone has any other questions related to the credit courses, please do. You can raise your hand and come online. Anyone has any questions? Nothing. Okay, let me ask a question. Tanya, let's talk to Tanya. So Tanya has already done. Tanya, can you switch on your video? And so Tanya, I think, has already completed her grade 12. And she's already got her admissions, but she's now, since she has all the time in the world, she says, why should I not do the college credits the next 2.5 months and save my parents some money? Am I right? So she decided to go to Indiana University, Bloomington, and she went to she just went transfer credits online screen, and she found Marquette University name listed there, as well as all the courses that Marquette University is offering, that they are eligible to transfer to Indiana University, Bloomington. Remember, Tanya, we were sitting together and we were going through it.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you want to talk about it as to why you decided to, when everyone is trying it easy before going to university, you've decided to as many college credits as you can before you
Yeah, I choose the Marquette University credit because it was really helpful for myself in the first semester to have the credit earlier before I going to Indiana University, Bloomington. So it will be really helpful as I can go for the new courses, as Niharika ma'am already told that if my credits will be decreased, so I can have more new classes apart from my main subjects as a measure. So it was really helpful for myself as I'm going to settle with more of the new opportunities and get more exploration in my university. Thank you.
so much, Tanya. That was something, I wish you would give a lot of encouragement and motivation to all these kids who have not seen CBSE and just taking a chill pill. Why take some of the credit courses to
Yes.
reduce the finance as well as decrease the time of study. So does anyone have any other questions, Shweta, Sami? I see all you kids here. Paridhi, you want to
Ma'am,
share your questions?
yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Hi, this is Shweta. I'm Kavya's
Yes, you
mother.
are.
Yeah, I just want to thank this platform because I just joined Niharika ma'am's family of EdNet, and I had a lot of queries and certain apprehensions about the credit program. But thank you. This webinar was quite insightful and meaningful for me and my husband because we've taken this call separately because Kavya is a little busy with some other class right now. So I'm going to transfer all this knowledge back to her. But just wanted to thank, and specifically hearing from the students who have taken these courses, how beneficial, and specifically from a student right now who's taking, specifically for, for the Indiana University. So thank you so much. And we look forward for enrolling Kavya in the same program. Thank you so much, ma'am.
If you have any questions, Mrs. Lekhi, you can always ask me and I'll be more than happy to answer all your queries, right?
I'm sure, ma'am, but at the moment I have no queries because you helped me explain this earlier. Today was more insightful, also hearing from the Marquette University people. So not any questions at the moment. Thank you so much.
Next time I got to call Mac again. Mac, be ready for that. Every time I need someone to explain to the parents, I'm going to say, Mac, please have a small quick session with my students' parents, right?
Happy to, yeah, and happy to, connect, independently. Students, if you guys have any questions, we can send out like the PPT that I had before. I can actually you can send emails to this. I'm gonna put my
You can send me the PPT, Mac. I can share it with the students if they have any questions. But I think I already have that. I kind of summarized it and I sent it across. In fact, I put it in my 22 years of legacy newsletter too. So great. Anyone has any other questions? Is Justin here or he's not? Is Justin here?
I don't think Justin is here anymore. I think he maybe had a kind of a technical issue.
Minnie, you have any questions for me? Anyone has any other questions? I can't believe it. Sorry?
No, Niharika, you were so clear that all the, answers were, really informative. I think for everybody, this is really a kickstart for everybody, all the students, those who attended the session today.
Thank you so much, Mimi, for your words of encouragement. Okay, great. If no one has, anyone wants to interested to know more about the market credit courses, you can get in touch with Jaspreet. You can get in touch with me, Vanshika, with the EdNet team, and we will be more than happy. Remember, summer is a time when you can really indulge in your credit courses, because once school starts, it becomes difficult to manage any kind of an additional academic burden than you're already going through, right? So summer is the best time for you to do it. Take advantage of it. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me, right? Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I think someone has. Yeah, Shamu, you have a question, right?
Hi, Niharika.
Can you put
Sorry,
on
I
your camera?
joined late. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I will get in touch with you regarding Zion's enrollment because
Yes, so this is another thing, Oh yeah, Zion is also taking summer courses. The biggest advantages, which I want to tell you, is that our students who have the students who have studied these market credit courses have also been considered in top schools like Carnegie Mellon, NYU, UC Berkeley. I have seen all those testimonials. In fact, the other day I was having a talk with the admission director of Cornell University, and he said that, maybe we will not take the credits, but we really definitely acknowledge the effort and the learning of the student, that he has taken these credits and has really, stepped out of his comfort zone to take these credits. So they have huge advantages. And it looks great in your application at the end of the day. Right?
yeah, I'm noted. So we'll discuss about it later.
Definitely. Anyone else is here who have any questions? Okay, great. Amara? Yeah.
Sorry, could I add to one of the points you also made? It is common for students to take the same mathematics class, the same business classes in 11th and 12th grades, but taking them at a college level will definitely prep them for the real world experience. Like in terms of art, design, and technology fields, I can just add my 2 cents here, is that when we see visual art portfolios from a regular curriculum of 11th and 12th versus the joint enrolled portfolio, there's a vast difference because they teach you the basics of foundation skills, but they teach you with a very different intention at a college level. They teach you how to put this into the market. How do you present yourself to a client? How do you prep yourself in terms of entrepreneurial skills, budgeting skills, and just be more career ready? So I do see a lot of plus points in taking this joint enrollment.
Yeah, that's very true, Christian. By the way, I just want to add something there. EdNet's art school, which we have an art school too, their first year, in fact, the students usually enroll for a year and a half to 2 years, and they go through the entire foundation learning in the program, which is taught in the United States, I think anywhere else in the world. So this is a very unique program that we have at EdNet Art School. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, and we shall get connected very soon. And I want to thank the entire EdNet team who have tirelessly worked together to put this entire event. Thank you all so much. Jaspreet, everyone. I don't know where to start from, right? So thank you, EdNet team. And thank you, Mac. And I shall say to Justin, I shall put in my own message down to Justin. And we look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Thank you.
Thanks all. Thank you, EdNet team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye. And Krishnan, I needed to speak to you. Okay, I'll speak to you later. Maybe you can put in your contact here in the chat.
Sure.